What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know what we're doing today. So if you saw the last video, we did a bunch of rust repair on the cab of this truck. Today what we got to do is some paint work. So first things first, I want to pull the fenders off because if I'm gonna do the underside of the truck, I might as well take the time and do underneath the fenders as well. So we're gonna pull the fenders off. We're gonna flip the cab up on its back so that we can get the underside, and we got to clean it. It is filthy. It has never been cleaned, I'm sure, ever in its life. So we got to do some pressure washing, some wire wheeling, some scraping, whatever we can do to get this thing cleaned up and ready for some paint. Well guys, it's official. This is the farthest I have ever torn down a vehicle in my life. I think, honestly, the only two bolts that I haven't touched on the entire truck, I haven't pulled off the windshield wipers yet. Every other bolt, oh, we got door hinge latches there. Every other bolt I have taken out. You can see, even on the frame, the motor is completely stripped. So it is safe to say I have never been this deep in a truck before, but honestly, it feels kind of good. But now we got to get this thing, like I said, flipped up and get underneath it, do some scraping, some grinding, some washing, get everything cleaned up and ready for paint. We got the bottom side of this cab all cleaned up. It actually cleaned up really well. I'm surprised at how good it is. So a couple things, couple of my favorite tools to do this with is a nylon bristle brush is what it's called. Supposedly like 80 grit. I don't think it really is. It doesn't really scratch it that deep, but we're gonna use that on the areas we can. And then we just got a regular wire wheel. So the rust, that wire wheel works a little better on the rust, but on all these weird edges and lines and different body lines like that, that nylon bristle brush really gets in there and gets you a good scuff. All right, guys, got a couple of coats of the Pour 15. I just did it on the rusted areas. My personal experience with Pour 15 is it doesn't really like to stick to like painted areas. Bare metal, it seems to do pretty good with, but like this primer, I think that's primer and then that white paint. I try to stay off that as best I can. Yeah, this is just a floor, not that big of a deal, but if you guys are curious, that's why I didn't do the whole thing. So we just got done with second coat. We're gonna give this till tomorrow. Then we gotta get back in here and sand all this Pour 15 and we'll get to work. Probably in the meantime, I'm gonna start masking up. We gotta mask all these little holes in the whole firewall. I wanna mask off the door jambs, back window. I am gonna paint the whole, basically the whole inside of the cab, so the back. I'm not gonna do the roof because that's covered up, but the little frame around the roof there, that is gonna get painted. So my last video, I had a lot of comments saying that do not do Raptor liner. On the inside, it just holds moisture underneath, like if it cracks, it can hold moisture, and I actually have read that a lot. So I think you guys changed my mind. I'm gonna do a couple coats of epoxy primer on the whole inside of the cab, and then I have some black single stage that we're gonna shoot the whole inside of the cab with. I think that'll look really cool, and then I have some really cool ideas for the dash. So it's gonna have some contrast with some white and some black in the cab, but I think painting the whole inside of the cab black is really gonna look good with the white outside. So that's the game plan. Like I said, we'll get out here tomorrow, scuff up the Pour 15, and then epoxy primer and a couple coats of black. Well guys, we are done painting, and I tell you what, at 90 degrees when it is hotter than crap out here, this single stage dries so fast. I cleaned the gun. By the time I was done cleaning the gun, I could unmask it, and it's honestly not even tacky anymore. So we are done. We are 100% with the cab as far as paint goes. Now we do have to do some painting on the dash. Some of the dash stuff we're gonna paint, but the actual cab itself, we are done with paint, and this thing is looking sweet. Let's check it out one more time. So I'm really liking kind of the contrast with the white and the black. We got the nice white bay, and then the underside, all the inner fender stuff, and the inside of the cab is black. Probably get a better look at it this way. I am really liking the look of this. So we're gonna let this harden up, and next we do have some more painting to do, like I said, on some of the dash stuff. That's probably what we'll start with, and then we can start putting this interior back together. And also I did find a carpet kit for this thing, so I did black carpet. Should look really good. We should have it here in the next few days. Also, I did buy some of that, it's not Dynamat, but some sort of that sound deadening mat we're gonna put on the floor. I do wanna let this paint cure up though before we do that. So that's probably what we'll do last before we put the carpet in. We'll get the whole dash together and all that, and then we can tackle the floor, the carpet, the sound deadening, all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Let me know what you think about the paint. I really like it. I really do think it looks good. Very excited to get the rest of this interior back together. So go drop a comment and let me know what you guys think. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.